Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the Giants and the entire NFC East. There's a lot of smoke and whispers out there, and many sources are hinting at a blockbuster potential trade that could reshape the division's landscape. The buzz centers around Patrick Surtain, the star cornerback from the Denver Broncos, and the Giants are reportedly interested in making a bold move to bring him to New York. This isn't just idle gossip. It's rooted in serious talks and some pretty compelling reasons why this could happen. Let's step back a bit and understand the context here. The Broncos, sitting at 5-6, are in a tricky spot. Their defense has been leaking points, allowing an average of about 25. 8 points per game, not the kind of numbers you want from a team with playoff aspirations. Their secondary has taken a hit, and their cap situation isn't exactly pliable either. They have roughly $10 million in cap space, but with an offensive line that's been struggling, surrendering about 3-4 sacks per game, plus needs at wide receiver and edge rusher, they're facing some tough choices. So it's no surprise that some of their star players, especially on defense, might be on the market. Sources suggest that the Broncos could be open to trading Surtain, a cornerback drafted in 2021 out of Alabama, who's quickly become one of the league's top young defensive backs. His career stats over 5 seasons tell a compelling story. 180 solo tackles, 50 assists, 2 sacks, and an impressive 12 interceptions. His PFF grade for this year hovers around 89.0, and he's allowed just a 54.4% completion rate against, with a yards per reception of about 4.1. That's elite shutdown capability, folks. He's a shadow on the field, a true ghost for opposing WRs, and his ability to erase top receivers like Lamb or even stretch out plays makes him a coveted piece for any team aiming for a Super Bowl run. Now, why would the Giants be interested? Well, the Giants have been actively working on their secondary, especially after losing Adebo to a knee injury that's expected to keep him out for about 6 weeks. They're also navigating the absence of Lawrence, who might be dealing with an elbow issue that could land him on IR later in the season. Adding Surtain would give them an elite man-to-man corner, upgrading their coverage dramatically. Imagine a defense where Surtain lines up on one side, Banks on the other, and the secondary becomes virtually impenetrable. The Giants could see a boost of around 10 more interceptions this year, pushing their total from 9 to nearly 19. That's a game changer for creating turnovers and flipping field position. The impact on the Giants' defense would be profound. Not only would Surtain lock down the opponent's top WRs, but he'd also elevate the entire secondary's performance, boosting their PFF grade from around 82.5 to an elite 89.0. His presence would drastically reduce big plays, cut the number of contested catches allowed, and improve their third down conversion rate against. With the Giants' pass rush still working on improving, adding internal sacks and run defense, Surtain's ability to cover and force turnovers could be the missing piece that pushes the defense into top-tier status, especially in high-stakes moments. And speaking of high stakes, the timing couldn't be better. The Giants are currently 2-10, and while that record isn't ideal, it's setting the stage for a bold rebuild. A player like Surtain could be the piece that transforms their defense from decent to dominant, allowing them to compete more effectively in the postseason. Imagine the impact of a shutdown corner in the playoffs, especially in matchups against high-powered offenses like the Cowboys or Eagles. The division rivals would have to think twice before throwing into Surtain's side, and that kind of fear factor can't be underestimated in the NFL. Looking at the bigger picture, some NFL insiders have floated the idea that acquiring Surtain could be the move that pushes the Giants into the Super Bowl conversation. The odds, which currently are around plus 100 for them to win it all, could shrink significantly if they bolster their secondary with a player of Surtain's caliber. His ability to erase top receivers, combined with the Giants' improving offense led by Daniel Jones, could set the stage for an unexpected deep playoff run. Remember, a lockdown defense is often the missing ingredient for teams that want to contend, and Surtain's arrival would be a statement that the Giants are serious about competing now, not just rebuilding for the future. But it's not just about what Certain brings on the field. It's also about the division dynamics. The NFC East has been trending toward tougher, more competitive football, with the Eagles and Cowboys boasting strong rosters. The Giants need to keep pace, and a move like this signals their intent to be players in the postseason hunt, not just spectators. The Broncos, on the other hand, might be caving into the reality that they need to rebuild on the fly, especially with their cap space constrained and their roster needing a fresh start. They could see Certain as a valuable asset to rebuild their secondary with draft picks and young talent. Now, let's talk specifics of what this trade could look like. Rumors indicate the Giants might offer a first-round pick and a third-rounder in the 2026 draft. A significant price, yes, but one that many coaches and GMs would consider worth paying for an elite corner like Certain. The Broncos, in turn, could see this as a chance to accelerate their rebuild, especially if they're planning to shift their focus to young talent and draft capital. The Giants, meanwhile, would be betting on Certain's ability to lock down opponents, best WRs, and turn their secondary into a strength. This potential move also fits into the Giants' broader strategy of building a versatile and aggressive defense. They already have some young talent, and adding Certain would give them a veteran presence and a shutdown corner that can handle the league's top passing threats. It's about setting a tone, establishing an identity where the Giants are feared on defense. This isn't just about stopping plays, it's about intimidating offenses, forcing turnovers, and turning tight games into wins. Of course, there are skeptics. Some might worry about the cost or question whether Certain style fits the Giants' system. But if you look at his tape, it's clear he's a perfect fit for a team that wants to play aggressive man-to-man coverage, especially with the right safeties behind him. His ability to erase top receivers and play the ball in the air makes him invaluable in high-stakes matchups. Plus, with the Giants' front seven improving, his coverage skills will allow them to be more versatile and unpredictable. And let's not forget that acquiring a player of Certain's caliber isn't just about this season. It's about the future. The Giants are in a phase where they want to set a foundation for sustained success, and a lockdown corner can anchor a defense for years to come. They've already shown they're willing to take risks, and this move would demonstrate their commitment to competing at the highest level. In terms of the division, this trade could send shockwaves through the NFC East. The Eagles have a dominant offense, and the Cowboys have a formidable defense of their own, but adding Certain to the Giants' secondary could tilt the balance. Imagine a Giants defense where Certain shadows the opponent's best receiver, Banks locks down the other side, and the safeties are free to make plays. It would be a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks, especially in the playoffs. Looking ahead, the Giants' fanbase should be excited about the potential of this move. It's not just about adding a star, it's about sending a statement that the Giants are serious about winning now. They're not just rebuilding for the future, they want to compete in the present and make a deep run. A guy like Certain could be the piece that elevates the entire team, turning a decent defense into a lockdown unit that can carry them through the playoffs. So as we watch this story unfold, remember that the NFL is all about moves, bold, strategic moves that can change the course of a franchise. The Giants have a chance to make one of those moves if the rumors are true. The potential acquisition of Patrick Certain II could be that spark, that game changer that pushes the Giants back into the spotlight and sets them up for a bright future, possibly even a Super Bowl run. Now I want to hear from you, Giants fans. What do you think about this potential trade? Do you believe Certain is the missing piece to bring the Giants to the top of the division? Would you be willing to part with a first and a third-round pick for such a player? Drop your thoughts below and let's get a conversation going. As always, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest New York Giants news. This team is on the brink of something big, and the offseason might just be the start of a new era for the Blue.